Well, hello there. My name is Dave Wilson. I am with Studies Weekly, and I'm going to show you a quick little walkthrough of what Studies Weekly looks like. For this example, I'm going to use the first grade, but it'll make perfect sense using it along for whatever grade you're working with. So if you'll just bear with me for a minute, and then afterwards, if you want to go in and try this, feel free to take as much time as you'd like and play around. I'm actually going to give you a demo login you can use, or if you have a login, you can use that one. So the URL is studiesweekly.com. And you're just going to click the login button, and then you'll put in your username and password. If you haven't created that yet, but your school or district has purchased, then just come down here and click register teacher and follow the prompts, and it'll allow you to create an account. A demo account that you can use is OH teacher, and the password in lowercase is the word demo, D-E-M-O. I'm just going to go ahead and click the login button. And for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and focus into first grade. So one of the things you'll notice right off the bat is we've got all of the weeks right here on the screen. There's 24 weekly units for first grade. You've got a little headline right there that gives you a good idea of what each week is going to cover. So that's kind of a quick view. If these weeks are not in the order that you want to follow throughout the year, if they don't match your curriculum map, you can actually take these and just drag these and move them around, put them in any order that you want. And maybe do that at the beginning of the year before the students, start school, because whatever order you put this in, that's the order that the students are going to see it in when they log in. Down here at the bottom, if you want to get a really good look into the standards correlations or the scope and sequence, come down here where it says standards correlations, go ahead and click view. And you've got the entire year right here at a glance. I've got weeks 1 through 24, but not only is it giving me the headline here, but it's telling me a good description of what's going to go on in this weekly unit. Students will learn about the American flag, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the history of Labor Day, et cetera, et cetera. And look at that, you've got the Ohio State Standard right there, and it shows you what the standard is and that it's also covered in those additional weekly units. And so you can click on that for each different week. So let's go ahead and dive into one of these weeks. I'm going to go ahead and click into fact or fiction. That's one of my favorites here, week number 9. I like fact or fiction because it's a really good, easy way to teach the kids between what is a fact and what is fiction, and we laid it out in a pretty nice way. So this first article is about Dr. Martin Luther King. We've got this great audio reader for each article. We've actually paid actors to go through and record every single one of the articles. You come in and click the play button there.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a real person. He believed everyone should have the same rights and opportunities.
So you'll notice that is a human voice and that it's highlighting every word as it's being read. That's a great feature. What an incredible way to help those struggling readers or those who are learning to read follow along right on the page and really learn their reading fluency. The nice thing about this being an online tool, they can sit and click that play button over and over. They can put their headphones on, and this works on any device, by the way. So if they want to go home and pull up on one of their family members' devices, they can pull this up with their login and just click that play button and listen to this over and over. You'll also notice here that there are additional sources. So in your paper, your paper version of Studies Weekly, this is exactly what you're going to see in the paper version. But there's a whole lot more you can do online. So for example, one thing I can do is I can click on this picture. And almost every article is going to have a picture. This is nice because what it does is it kind of grays out everything in the background. And it allows you in front of your class, you pull this up on a smart board or projector to really analyze this image before you read anything. Hey class, we're going to talk about this very special person. What do you see in this picture? And kind of let them make some observations about what they see. And then go through, listen to the article. You can actually go in here to the bonus sources. And we've got additional content about this particular article. So you've got an article, video on legends and lore. There's and all of our videos are 1 to 2 or maybe 3 minutes long. This one's going to talk about
A legend or folk
different
tale is a
legends.
story that is fictitious with historical background.
There's a picture of the Lincoln Memorial. There's another video right here on Martin Luther King Jr. And so it's nice because you didn't have to search very far. They're right here at article level.
Martin Luther
Just go in and
King
click that
Jr.
play button. And then click here to go back to the articles. And so the other thing that I can do is I can highlight anything in here. So maybe you're having your kids focus on the sight words, or maybe they're going to focus on learning what a noun is or a verb. And so you can come in here and have them highlight something, and it actually brings up a color palette. They can choose a color, and they can actually leave a note right there. Note. And it saves it. You can actually come up and click on the highlights tab right here, and it will show you. I don't have anything in here because this is a demo account, but it'll show you by name all of the students who have done a highlight, what they highlighted, and what their note was that they left about that. And then come over and click back on the articles, and it takes you right back here. And then I can go to the next article, and you can see we've got the story of Goldilocks and the story of Aladdin and Little Red Riding Hood. And obviously, it's a great...
Have you ever heard the story of Goldilocks?
Right? This is a great little way to introduce what is obviously fiction. And then right after you go through these and have them kind of read these.
Have you ever heard the...
And again, a lot of these are going to have additional bonus sources that are going to be associated with Little Red Riding Hood. So here I've got just this great little illustration that was done by Arthur Rackham. Probably pronounced his name wrong. And you click here to go back to the articles. And then once we've read some of these fiction articles, now we can go in and focus on some of these fact articles.
Abraham Lincoln was our president more than...
Right? And then I've got another one on Martin. And again, you can click on all these pictures and really have the kids go in and analyze these pictures and ask them, what do they see in the picture? Have them make some observations. Here's a fun little game that they can go through and do. And again, these are going to be games that they can use right in their paper. A little draw the picture. And so down here, you're going to notice a bunch of extra resources. So if I want to get a good look at here are my standards that are going to be covered. Here's a lesson plan. In the teacher supplement, you will have this lesson plan. However, if you leave your teacher supplement at school and you're at home, you can just pull this up online, go ahead and click on this, and there's your lesson plan for the week. And so maybe it's Sunday night, and you're like, oh, darn it, I left my teacher supplement at school. Well, don't worry, it's all right here. So it's going to tell you what standards are going to be covered. Here's the summary of this week's lesson. Students will distinguish between fact and fiction, recognize the difference between real people and fictional characters. Here are some additional literature that you can go out and you can, look up some of these on Amazon. Maybe you've already got some of these books, but if not, here's some great books that you can purchase for your classroom that go right along with this lesson. And here's some lesson suggestions. Make a T-chart with the title Animals. Label one side fact and the other side fiction, and have them think about animals they have seen at a zoo and talk about, what facts about those animals. What are some of those facts? And then have them contrast with maybe some cartoon animals and talk about why those are fiction. Here's some teacher guided questions, and then it goes on to page 2 and 3 and so on and so forth. So the lesson plan is very well thought out. It's right there. Here are all the content videos that go right along with this particular weekly unit. Here's some additional worksheets. Here's a fact or fiction worksheet. And again, these are all PDFs. They're right there. Again, they're in your teacher supplement, but they're here that you can just print them out from here. Read each word or phrase below and just decide if it is a fact or is it fiction. Then cut and paste them into the correct box. Nice little activity for them. Here's another one, trace. They're just going to trace the words. And then here is we have 2 different types of weekly assessments. Here's a printable one. You can just go ahead and print out, give it to the kids. Or you can actually have them take an online test. Just click right here. Here is the test. Now, again, if they're kindergarten or first grade, maybe this is not something that they do on their own online. Maybe this is something you do as a whole group. But this is the teacher view. The teacher view actually allows you to add additional questions. You can add all the different types of questions you like. You've got all these different types. Or you can edit these questions and just kind of change them around as you see fit right there. And just go ahead and click back on articles. Oh, actually, If they do the test online, it does grade those scores for you automatically. Just click on test scores. There's all my students, and there's all their scores. You can actually allow them to retake the test. You can print it back out, whatever you need to do. So I'll go over here back to the articles, and down here at the bottom, you've got these great little resources. For example, you've got a bunch of professional development videos on demand, like how to make a circle map, how to make a display tray or a flip book. And these are all done by our incredible PD team for your use right there. Now, if you want to watch some of our virtual field trips, just go ahead and click on this. And we've got quite a few really fun little virtual field trips that we've taken our actors on site to places all over the country with our film crew. For example, if they want to go to the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, where Martin Luther King pastored for quite a few number of years, or take them to the Kennedy Space Center in Florida with our actors. And most of these videos are anywhere from 3 or 4 minutes all the way up to maybe 10 minutes long. But it's a great way to get these kids out of their, out of where they live right now, and really take them on a trip. Just a really fun thing to do with the kids right there. And then back down here at the bottom, we do have leveled readers for the K through 2 in English and in Spanish. We're working on the other grades, but right now we do have English and Spanish. You can click on this. You can see we've got on, above, and approaching. You can just go ahead and click the download button, and it's going to download a nice little PDF. This one, and you just print it out and just kind of fold it over and staple it on the spine. Belongs to, our flag. Flag Day is a holiday. It is, and so usually at the back there's going to be a little glossary. So there's a bunch of little leveled readers that are available for our K through 2. Anyways, and then at the top, if you do want to search for any of our additional content, we've got thousands upon thousands of videos. So for example, if you were to come up here and type in American Revolution, for example, and just go ahead and search that up, it's going to bring up all the articles. There's 57 articles, and there's 46 different media, including 28 videos that are going to be related to the American Revolution. There's a little intro on Paul Revere. And a lot of these are going to be available in English and in Spanish. So anyways, this has just been a quick little overview of the Studies Weekly online. I hope this has been enjoyable. I hope you've learned something out of this. If you do have any additional questions, my email is dave.wilson@studiesweekly.com. Again, it's dave.wilson@studiesweekly.com. I'd be happy to give you a call, maybe set up a time where I can come out and visit you in your school. So anyways, hope this has been enjoyable, and enjoy.